Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone brought their mask as well as their notes today. This is a big monumental moment for the Philatics Marketing Company as we will be preparing for international business expansion. I know, exciting, right? So for our branch, we'll specifically be working on business in Latin America, specifically in Ecuador. We'll be going to South America on business meetings to help learn the social customs, business etiquette, and proper attire, as well as the Spanish language. Specifically, 70 to 90% of Ecuadorians speak Spanish. So we will be working a lot on the verbal and nonverbal cues in this language. So there's a lot of formal and informal Spanish when it comes to this language. Whether you're talking in the workplace or whether you're having a casual conversation with your friend. So as you can see over here, there are AR, ER, and IR verbs. So for example, AR verbs, we're using the word hablar, which means to talk or to speak. So say I'm talking about myself, I means yo. So I would take off the AR, the last two letters, and I would say hablo. If I'm talking to someone else, I would say hablas. Talking about someone else, like she, he, her, I would say habla. And then you get to usted or ustedes. So, usted means tú, like you. So say, how are you in Spanish is ¿cómo estás? So if I'm having a casual conversation with my friend, I would say, ¿Cómo estás? Or ¿Cómo estás tú? However, if I'm talking to my boss or an elder or someone respected with an honorable title, I would say, ¿Cómo estás usted? Or if I'm talking to a group of respected elderly or boss or people, you would say, ¿Cómo estás ustedes? So there's a bunch of formal and informal Spanish that we will be going over. And as well as utilizing nonverbal expressions. Be wary of how you present yourself. Are you making good eye contact? Are you smiling? Where are your eyes going? What kind of expressions are you presenting? Where are your hands at? Are you just like all over the place? Or are you using your hands to convey what you are saying? Because they look at this a lot, but we will go over that later in the presentation. So let's go over business etiquette. Business etiquette in the Latin American business world. So you always want to greet people. Make sure you're greeting. Greetings are very respected. You want to make sure you're respecting someone's presence in the room and acknowledging that they're there. So depending on how COVID is, if COVID restrictions are lifted, make sure you shake their hand and smile and make good eye contact. Say, and tell them good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Good morning in Spanish is buenos días. Good afternoon is buenos tardes. And good evening or good night is buenas noches. So if you're talking to a male, you would say señor. If you're talking to a female, you would say señora. So let's say, hi, male, female. Good morning, how are you? Hola, señor or señora. Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás usted? I just said, hi, male or female. Good morning. How are you? In the formal language, in the formal conjugation. So proper dress, okay, it's similar to America, just a little bit more formal and professional. So make sure you're wearing the proper attire, whether you're a male or female. But make sure it's professional manner. You're keeping upkeep, your hygiene, your hair, and everything else. Translations. We're going into this international expansion during a pandemic. So there may be a lot of reduction of nonverbal cues. So make sure whether you come prepared, and in your presentations or your brochures or whatever you may prepare, make sure you're providing translations for the people who struggle with the English language, or maybe even the Spanish. But yeah, so because there will be a lot of reduction of nonverbal cues, and many times this is how we tell what people are saying, especially because we will have a mask. They cannot see your lips, so make sure you are providing those translations and assistance for them. And then we get to the social and cultural customs. So, what is the communication style in Ecuador? What is valued and respected in this culture? Well, being the new guy, you want to learn this, but it's honestly trust. Do you have the leadership skills? Are you organized? Do you have the knowledge to be a part of our business? And that's what they're going to be wondering during these meetings. So, how do you build trust? Building trust is, it doesn't have to be hard if you don't make it hard on yourself. So remember the C's: clarity, compassion, character, competency, commitment, connection, contribution, and consistency. Make those connections. Be consistent with whatever you're working on. Show that character and compassion, and make sure what you're doing is presented with clarity. And contribute, always remember these C's, as they may interrogate you. So come prepared and trust yourself. Be ready to answer any type of questions or anything they might ask you during this meeting we will be preparing for. This expansion. Okay, so yeah, be ready to be interrogated. It's all about building relationships, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They just want to build that relationship with you. So please do not take it personal. Remain polite, well-mannered, and patient. Come prepared and trust yourself. Be ready for anything they might throw your way, and do not take it personal, because they're just trying to ensure you are the best candidate for their business. Another thing, watch your body. Watch your eyes. We are going to be going over this a lot because they read a lot of nonverbal language. If you are shy, reserved, or not willing to step out your comfort zone, they're going to see this and they're going to be like, oh, I don't think we should trust him. He's not even like he can convey himself. So again, you're not alone. We will be preparing for this expansion. We're not just going to throw you out there into the field. We'll be focusing for the next month and a half. We will be strictly focusing on verbal and nonverbal communication. We will be going over the language, both formal and informal. We will learn how to convey ourselves in a nonverbal, respectable manner, and professional as well, for the next month and a half. And then for the other month and a half, we will be meeting once a week. Going every other week, but we'll go to Ecuador and do a practice meeting. And at the end, we will do an evaluation of how, because we'll be preparing a presentation for this business expansion. And then at the end, we will have an evaluation by our fellow colleagues and one person from the foreign exchange student program at our local college. So just remember, keep in mind, effort is respected. We will need a lot of effort. You are learning a new culture, a new language, a new social customs. You're going to have to adapt and make the effort to adapt to be respected. So make sure you're practicing the formal Spanish. We will be going over this, but you will need to make some time to learn it on your own time. Always greet everyone. If you aren't used to greeting everyone when walking into a room, make sure you're working on that, because you want to make sure you're establishing that respect of their presence in the room with you. And work on your nonverbal communication. If you don't make good eye contact, maybe your facial expressions are everywhere, maybe you're just like doing the YMCA, make sure you are working on your nonverbal communication. Changes and recommendations. I recommend you make meaningful connections by being your authentic self. You want to make genuine connections, as we will be. This expansion will be. We're expanding internationally. You may want to go somewhere else, but make sure you're making those meaningful connections in the business world. And also establish that respect through these connections. A change. Prepare your proposals and your presentations with translations, okay? You are going into a new country, Latin America. So on your presentations, on your slides, make sure you're providing that translations to show them that you respect their culture, you respect their language, and you see that that you yourself might struggle, or they might struggle trying to understand what you were presenting or what you were saying. So please come prepared. So this concludes our presentation. I can't wait for everyone to start working, and especially when we start making those trips down to South America. So y'all have a wonderful day, and you can get back to work. Please make sure you took notes. If not, meet with me to get more information as well. So y'all have a good day, and I can't wait to start this journey with you guys.